Hi Gina, this is Sarah from Flourish at Artisan Indie, and I am critiquing your shop. I'm so sorry we weren't able to meet up the other day. I'm very excited to go through your shop. I absolutely love looking at handmade clothing, especially when it's for little babies. I don't have babies anymore. Of course, I call them babies, but my children are now 6 and 8. So, you know, I kind of reminisce when I see the beautiful handmade baby clothes from all the makers in Flourish. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be fun for me. You have been on Etsy since the beginning, it appears. You actually started on Etsy before I did. I started in 2008. So you've actually been on there longer than me. So you'll know, gosh, all the crazy changes that they have been through over the years. It's completely different, isn't it, today than it was back then. So let's go ahead and get started. I know that you're pretty active in the Flourish community. So I know that you're already probably very aware of all the things that I teach in the areas that I teach. But I'm kind of guessing that you are busy as it is. And, whatever you do or don't do, I don't think it's going to affect the sales that you're getting already as is. So I also assume you're quite busy. So you may not have a lot of time to make any kind of significant changes, but and I see this sometimes with established sellers. They love to know what they can do to improve, but they're kind of already going, right? And so it's something where you may be quite successful already, but if you can make a few tweaks here and there to your shop, it will only increase your business or better your business, allow it to go to maybe that next level, wherever that may be. So we'll go ahead and get started. So let's talk about your branding. So I'm not a big fan of your name, M2M Boutique. Now, I don't know why you have that name. It could be very personal to you. It could mean mom to mom, maybe. It looks like here it's made to match. So maybe that's it, made to match boutique. When I think of a little girl's boutique, or I think of a baby's, a little baby's boutique, I think of something, kind of not frilly, but something a little bit more maybe whimsical, maybe perhaps is the word I'm looking for. So M2M boutique just kind of sounds very plain, but I can't imagine you wanting to change the name of your shop. I mean, you've been in business, I don't know how long you've been in business, but on Etsy since 2006. So that's kind of hard. You don't want to just go change a name and then people not know, how to find you. If it were me, I would have the name be something else. I think M2M kind of makes, I don't know, it cheapens the name a little bit. And please know, anything I say, if it sounds like I'm being harsh or if I'm cutting you down in any way, please know that I am absolutely not doing that. I'm just going to tell you exactly what I think as I go through your shop, because I'm sure that these are things that other people or your customers think, and you're asking me to critique your shop, so I need to do right by you and tell you everything that I see and feel. I'm going to be looking at your shop from two different points of view. I'm going to be looking at it from a sales coach point of view, and I'm going to be looking at it from your customer's point of view. So as far as your brand and your business name, M2M Boutique, it is your name. You have then for all your baby's firsts and beyond, which is super cute tagline. I like that. When it comes to branding, so that is the graphics, the colors, the fonts, the imagery that you have, you're lacking quite a bit. It looks like it's something you just kind of threw up there. It doesn't look like it was like your banner was designed in any kind of way. And it's pixelated, kind of fuzzy, as you can see here on the screen. This color here looks a little dirty, and I don't know if that's just because maybe this is a marbled background or something similar. But not the feeling one needs to have or one wants to get when they're coming to a handmade children's clothing boutique. So I'm going to try to get you some examples. So this is a Flourish member, Petals and Pixie Dust. I hope I did that right. Let's see. She does handmade clothing. She doesn't do specifically babies, though. But so look at this branding, okay? Her name is Petals and Pixie Dust, Handmade Children's Boutique. Now, this is the kind of feeling that your target audience, your target market, wants to have when they're going in to get clothes or a gift for a new baby or a little girl. They want to feel all of these things, these whimsical kind of feel good girly kind of things. And I'm not a girly person at all, but I am a mom of a little girl. So I would think that I'm your target market somewhat. So, and you look at this, and this is Christine. She's in Flourish. She's been in Flourish for a couple years. She has this beautiful banner here. It says Petals and Pixie Dust, cute font with an accenting narrow block font below. She has, looks like a flower wand with some stars and petals. And then she kind of brings it back down into her icon here. Okay. So let's go back. Now, she hasn't had near the sales that you've had, not at all. So again, this isn't anything about you being successful already on Etsy, because you are. But if you improve and you build a brand around yourself, around your business, I really think that you can only increase, you can only grow and attract that much more into your shop. I'm guessing the reason why you're doing so well is because you've been on Etsy forever and you've built up those sales, and the way the Etsy algorithm works is the more that you sell, the more they show you. So it's an exponential kind of thing. But if you had the graphics and the branding and the photos that were like stellar, you could only double or triple what you're doing now. So I definitely would work on this. You never want to put a product picture in the banner or in your icon. This should be all about your branding. This should be your company, your tagline. It should have a logo, something that people will start to recognize when they see you on social media, or when they see you in a Facebook ad, or when they see you on Etsy, perhaps your own website. You want to build this brand familiarity with M2M Boutique, right? And you want to build this consistency kind of across all avenues and mediums. So I would take the pictures of the adorable little babies out. I would redesign. In fact, and if you're not strong with graphic design, I would definitely reach out to our graphic designers within the Flourish program. One, they're amazing. Two, they really will give you a good deal on their offerings because you're in Flourish, and they work specifically with Etsy sellers. So they range from very affordable to a little bit more pricey, but that depends on their experience. I recommend Jen Rogers because I love her and she's my own graphic designer. She is in Australia though, so there is kind of a time difference. It's hard to kind of connect sometimes. There's many others in Flourish that do a great job as well. Bethany Cooler, Amanda Johnson, Jessica Henderson, to name a few. I think Lena Wolf is doing really great branding now as well. So I would reach out to them. I promise you, when you get some nice branding done, and you put that up here in the banner, and you get a logo, maybe a M2M logo. And you know what? Maybe the name wouldn't be so bad if M2M was more flourishy. You know, like maybe if it was a little bit more girly kind of, I think maybe it wouldn't seem so kind of techy. When I think of letters and numbers, you think of algebra, right? You think of equations. You don't really, you don't see it as a luxury boutique. And when you have the word boutique, that automatically makes one feel like they're getting something special, something a little bit more luxury. So you just want to make sure that you're sending the right message to your target audience. So like, for example, if you had this in maybe this font and then your tagline in a narrow block font, it may look a little bit better. You're also going to want your branding to have a light color. You don't want it to look dirty. You don't want it to look old or yellowed. You want a nice soft, you know, when you think of newborns and you think of clothing for children, you want to think of soft and supple and cozy and, you know, whimsical. You don't really want to have black as a font, and you don't really want anything that doesn't feel light and happy and good. Okay. So I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so hard about your branding, but I see a shop this successful and it's like, wow, imagine where they could be if they, you know, were branded well. It's so important. It's like the foundation your business is built on. It's really what takes you to that next level when it comes to businesses. You go from looking like maybe you're selling at a booth at a flea market to, you know, a shop in a mall or better. So I definitely would put that down to work on that and get that done. I think you'll feel really good once you have a logo and you have a set look and feel to your shop, to your online shop, and across, of course, all your other sites or social media as well. All right, shop owner is Gina Grow. I hope I'm saying that right. This is not you though, right? So I want to see a picture of you in this space, and preferably a close-up of you smiling. Now I want you to think of yourself as welcoming people into your shop. You know, hi, I'm Gina. Welcome to my boutique. Let me know if I can help you with anything. That's kind of the feeling that I want your customers to have when they get here. They want to see this beautiful banner, a nice logo. They know where they are. They know what they can expect to find, and they know who to contact and a face with a name. You know, people are shopping on Etsy for a reason. They're not on Amazon. They're not on Walmart. They're not on eBay. They're on Etsy because they know that they can buy something unique, something handmade, something quality. Usually they're shopping on Etsy, not for themselves, but for a gift or for a special event. It's important that they know who the maker is. It adds value to your products, and it all of a sudden then gives people a story to their item. It isn't just a cute baby outfit they found by some Etsy shop, you know, on Etsy, or by some Etsy owner or in a department store. This is handmade from Gina. She's amazing. She's been on Etsy since 2006, has over 20,000 sales. She has a real following. You know, that's the story that goes along with the outfit. And you want to build that, and it's important. And you know, they don't know. You have to do it for them. You kind of have to hold their hand along this journey. Allow them to get to know you and your business, and really build a name for yourself. And it's always good to smile and welcome people. So that's definitely what you should do in this space. I'm sorry that I'm like sucking on a cough drop and drinking water, but my throat, I've been doing so many of these critiques and coaching sessions, and now I'm like squeaking. So I apologize if you hear any of that going on. Okay. Right here, see, you have made to match boutique, custom clothing, and layette gowns. That's pretty good. I would take out your made to match boutique. You have the M2M boutique here and here. This line is super important when it comes to optimizing your shop for the Google search algorithm. When Google decides to sort and organize Etsy shops, it does so based on your name, which is already here, what Etsy calls the tagline, so this line basically of data, and then these titles, these shop section titles. So if you know that, then you know that you can put keywords into these sections and it will help boost your ranking on Google, which is never a bad thing. Okay. This is the featured item section. What I want you to have here, and what this section should always change. And I mean, not always like all the time. I mean, like about every 2 months-ish. I want you to think of this section as your window displays. So if you had a physical store, your banner, your icon, your name, your tagline, that would be on the outside of your storefront, right? It would be in some form of signage. That is the initial attraction, people knowing what kind of store you are and whether or not they want to come in. They walk a little closer, they're already interested, and then they look at your window displays and you have mannequins or you have some other thing set up showcasing maybe your new product, showcasing some kind of promotion or something exciting to get people to come in, right? That's what this section is here. Okay, so what I want you to do is put anything seasonally appropriate. Now, you may do a lot of newborn coming home outfits, and if that is all you do, then maybe that's all year. People have babies all year. But then you could even do seasonally appropriate, like winter, spring, summer, things like that. If you do offer holiday sets, let me see if I see it here, holiday clothing. If you do offer holiday clothing, it should be in here. So we have Halloween coming up, right? You should already have your Halloween stuff featured. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have winter weddings, we have family events, dinners, and things like that, get-togethers. So anything that could be used for that, you want to put here. So you're using a lot of pink and grays, which is cute and beautiful and definitely girly, but we're going into the fall season. So do you have any kind of fall colors or Christmas colors? That's what you want to put here in your featured section. Okay. Your announcement. Now, it used to be that this was in a different place and it had a little bit more effect as far as your SEO. It's good that you have keywords in here. However, this is really a better space for you to funnel traffic from here, your shop, to your own website, if you have one. It's really important that you develop a nice email list. So the emails from people that are interested in your stuff, because then you constantly have a big group of people that you can market to no matter what Etsy does. So here I like, to say something like, join our kids club and at www.m2mboutique.com and sign up for our list and receive 10% off your next purchase or something like that. It's just, not everyone's going to read this space, but the ones that do will see your website, and it's just another way that you can get them to do something else. If you don't have an email list or a website, you can, of course, then direct them to your social media pages. Like, hey, follow us on Facebook and see our new designs before they come out or before they're launched to the public, or, something. You want to make them think that you're this big, awesome clothing designer, and they want to be in on all the new fun stuff too. Okay? So you have 634 items, which is crazy amazing. Of course, you've been on Etsy for a long time. I don't, when it comes to how many items to have in a shop, there's so many rumors out there with what to do, what not to do. I don't know if any of them are true. I like to see, between 100 and 200 items at least in a store, because I think stores that have that much get taken a bit more seriously. They, when you're talking about online shopping, there is a trust issue there that you need to know that you're giving money to somebody who's legit, right? That's not just going to take off. But you have that. You've been on Etsy for a long time. You've built up reviews. You have that. I don't think you ever have to worry about that. I can tell you that one of my 100K sellers, see, when you get to a certain level, and I don't know if you're there yet, as far as revenue, but my second year on Etsy, I was assigned a account rep, right? It's an Etsy account rep. And they assign that usually once you hit over 6 figures selling on Etsy, they give you your own account rep. Now, believe me, it is not great and all, roses and cherries and, stuff, I should say unicorns and rainbows. You still get the same canned responses, but at least you have someone that you can reach out to and ask questions, if you're wondering about something. But one of my 100K members said that her account rep told her not to have over 400 items in her shop, and she didn't give her really a reason why. She just suggested that she keep it under 400. So again, I don't know why she would say that. This was a jewelry seller, not a clothing seller. So I'm not telling you to get rid of 200 and some items in your shop. I just do want to pass that along to anyone that is over 400. So I don't know if it's something that would hurt you in the algorithm. I don't know if maybe they feel if you have that many items that it's a little far-fetched to say things are handmade. I don't know, but I did want to share that with you, and you can do with it whatever you want. What I would recommend, though, since you do have all of these items, is it's very unlikely that a e-commerce shopper is going to spend that much time in your shop to look at that many items. So I would go through and I would probably weed out the things that you don't like to make, that you don't want to make, that isn't getting any interaction, that apparently people just aren't liking. So I would definitely work on that just to kind of narrow it down a little bit. Again, you don't have to get under 400, but you have the room, you have the space to really go through each of your listings and determine, does this really need to stay in my shop? Now, it looks to me like you are duplicating a lot of your items. So it could be that you're just testing out SEO. That's what it looks like here to me, just at a first glance. And in that case, if you're just using it to kind of test and see what words would look better, or maybe you're using different categories to see what gets more action, please, by all means, do your thing. But you don't want to have that going on for a long time. Okay, so let's also talk about this. These are pretty good keyworded titles. So you're nice and specific here, I think, and I think that's great for SEO reasons. However, do you see how choppy this is? This is really choppy. Because you have it set up this way, people aren't going to read all of this. They're just going to it's going to kind of become background fuzz to them. And it's just because it's choppy and it's busy on the eyes. If you, however, were to reorganize these sections and put the smallest word, which it looks like it would be pacifier clips, up top, and then it looks like it would be bodysuit sets. No, sorry, leg warmers. Then bodysuit sets. And then holiday clothing, sibling matching, so on and so forth. To where basically it looks kind of like half a pyramid. It would kind of swoop down like a slide. And that is what you want, because then when the eyes glance over it, and remember we read left to right, so when the eyes glance over it, they're going to be able to, in one glance, read everything that you have without having to go, back and forth with their eyes. It's a teeny tiny little thing, but it does help the page flow better. And what you want to achieve here is you want people to stay in your shop. You want them to look around. You want them to get other ideas for maybe a double, triple, quadruple purchase. You want them to maybe think of gifts for other people. You want them to hang out in your store. And just like you wouldn't be real comfortable going into a physical shop and one that's discombobulated and unorganized and dirty and not you know, it doesn't smell good or doesn't have some nice music playing, you don't want to hang out, you'd leave. You got to do the same thing with your online shop. You need to make it comfortable and fun and beautiful so that they stay and look around for a while. We're going to pass the main part of your shop here. We're going to go down to your About section. Your About section is so important. Oh, I love that color. I love those designs. Super cute. Let's talk about your About section. So far, the first 3 picks have been product picks. And now the 4th pick is product picks. So cute. Look at those little babies. And the 5th pick is product picks. All right, you know what you don't want in your About section? You don't want product picks at all. That isn't about. This is an About page, an About section. Your product picks are up here in your listings where they should be. Should be about you. This should be about Gina. It should be about M2M. It should be, you know, all about how you got started and when did you learn to sew and why do you love it so much? What makes you passionate about it? What inspires you? Why do you love creating? This is what you need to sell here. You are not Walmart. You are not any of these stores that they're resellers. They buy from Alibaba and then they turn around and sell it. That's not why people are shopping on Etsy. They want to know your story. And you may say, oh, you know, not everyone visits the About page. And you're right, not everybody does. But those that do, they are looking for the stories. And especially because a lot of your items can be given as a gift at baby showers or for new moms, new babies. And you're not giving them anything. And your pictures are not good. We're going to go over that in a minute. But you have so much potential to probably triple the business that you're doing here. I mean, I wish I could just kind of take over your shop for a month. I mean, you're doing great, you know, you know, besides you not having things set up properly, I could just imagine what you could do if you get things going. You want to show pictures of your workspace here. Show pictures of your sewing machine, your fabric, pictures of maybe your setup, pictures of yourself and your family. Very important. You do not want product pictures in here. You want to show basically you in your element. Okay, maybe some tools and materials that you might use. Then have your little story here, which is good. You have Facebook, so I don't know if this is a page in a group, Instagram and Pinterest. That's awesome. If you have a website or a blog, this is also where you would put it, and it will be clickable in this section. All right. You can even put a video here, by the way. Like you have this cute Gina, owner, maker, designer, curator, I am the glue. Totally get that, sister. You know, have a video where you're welcoming people. Hi, I'm Gina. I am the founder of M2M Boutique and blah, 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 blah. You know, a video can go here too. Etsy allows a video. Make it happen. All right, let's talk about your pricing and then we're going to get to your photos. So you're using the 99-cent price point mostly, although I see 95 here and a 95 here and a 95 here. And those just might be typos because the rest, it looks like are 99. Let me look at your other pages. We have 95 here and here. Okay. All right. What you want is consistency. So if you're going to use the 99-cent price point, it's fine. Make them all end with 99. If you're going to use the 95-cent price point, which is usually what I recommend for boutiques, you want to use them all ending in 5. Now, there are certain price increments that sell better than others. And I'm not going to get into the science and details of it all because it's pretty in-depth stuff. But basically, there are certain numbers that people choose, that people are more apt to buy than others. And a lot of times sellers are leaving money on the table. So let's just take a look. So for example, this baby boy coming home outfit, you have it at $22.95. If someone is going to pay $22.95, they will pay $24.95. All right. It's proven they will. If they like that item, they will buy it at $24.95 just as much as they would buy it at $22.95. Now, if their budget, let's say, is $20, they're not buying it anyway, right? They're like, it's a little too much, then they're moving on. But if it's over 20 and under 25, you better be pricing that at $24.95. You're leaving money on the table if you're not. So in America, or here in the US, we were taught as children in math to round, right? To round up, to round down. And believe it or not, a lot of our decision-making processes are based on that. So, in our minds, it's under $25. So at $22.95, it's under $25. $24.95, it's under $25. So if it's over 20, it might be too much. And again, $22.95 and $24.95 would be too much. So you want to have that price just under the next round number, okay? Basically what we round up and round down to. Now, it's a little different when you go under $20. So from $9.95 to $19.95, it pretty much goes in twos. So $9.95, $12.95, $14.95, $16.95. Then it jumps to $19.95 because at that point, people it's been shown in these studies that unpopular price points are 10, 11, 13, 15, 17, and 18. And if somebody's going to spend 18, they'll spend $19.99. At that point, it's over enough. So, 10 and below is dollar increments. That's fine. $9.99, $8.99, $7.99, $6.99. It's fine. Anything over $9.95 or $9.99 is in twos, except for after $16.99, it jumps to $19.99. Then you price in $5 increments. So $19.95, $24.95, $29.95, $34.95. Okay. Now, personally, once, in my opinion, and people have gone a little bit more in depth with these, but in my experience in the 25, 30 years of retail that I've had, it's better once you get after $49.95. I like to see things priced in $10 increments. So $49.95, $59.95, $69.95, so on and so forth. Okay? So all these should change, $24.95. And you know what? You may have variations that offer other pricing that go up depending on sizes or what's included. But the base should still be at $24.95. This should not be $13.99. It should be $14.99. 12 is fine. $19.99 or $16.99, depending. Now, something you have to look at when you're organizing your shop. This would piss me off as a customer. The picture is the same. The price is vastly different. Now, I could go in here and perhaps this is for a newborn baby, obviously much smaller. This is for maybe a girl, maybe bigger, but this would piss me off. And I would think that you're trying to maybe take advantage or, think something kind of negative. So you have to look at that same here, $12.99, $14.99, same picture. All right. So that needs to change. You do not want to have pictures side by side, and you know that you can sort, you can manually adjust your listings. Now let's talk about your pictures. Your pictures are not good at all. Not at all. The lighting is terrible. The background is bad. The consistency is not there. It doesn't pull in with your branding. Well, you don't really have any branding. Gosh. There's just really not. This is kind of cute here. I would say that there's really just no good pictures that you have. So what constitutes a good picture? Let's go back to Petals and Pixie. Dust. Now, I'm going to let you know that she sends majority of her photos out to be photographed. Her product out to be photographed. This is the feeling that you want people to have. Now, granted, these aren't newborns. These are little toddlers or whatever, little girls. But when you see a picture like this, it evokes an emotion, right? I am a mom of a 6-year-old little girl. I see these pictures and I want to buy every single thing. Now, I know my daughter probably would never wear this. She probably would never wear this either. As far as the cowl or the hats, she would definitely wear the dresses. And I love this collar. Oh my gosh. Would my daughter wear it? Probably not, or she might for a little bit, but then throw it off. So, but the fact that I want to buy these knowing that my daughter wouldn't wear them is a big deal. Like, I still want to buy them just because of how cute the photo is and how cute I can imagine my own daughter being in these things. You want to, let's do baby photo props real quick. It's important, so important that you have amazing photos, especially selling baby clothes. I mean, look at this. Look at this little adorable squishiness. I mean, seriously. These are the kind of photos that you need to have in your shop with your stuff. And you need to have this beautiful soft lighting, not shades of blue, not shades of yellow, not dark, not old looking. You want to have these super cute little modeled baby shots. I mean, look at this. Seriously. So again, I keep coming back to the, oh my gosh, you're selling an amazing amount of items. And your photos are not good at all. So you could be like, I don't know, the next Juicy Couture, it seems, if you had the right things done in your shop. I mean, seriously. And you might say, well, Sarah, you're being mean. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm really excited for you. I'm excited that you have this adorable product and are as popular as you are and haven't really done anything to your shop to ensure a successful e-commerce business. So, you really got a lot going for you. And you might say, well, I have 600 and some items. There's no way I'm going to be able to rephotograph all that. And I understand this is something you're going to have to work on. It's something that's going to have to take some time. If you're going to do a flat lay, listen, you don't want to get a background like this. I'm assuming this is a vinyl background. It looks like it is, or paper. It's wrinkly. It's bubbling up here. The lines go this way in this picture. In this picture, they go down. In this picture, they go diagonal. In this picture, they go across. It's busy, it's distracting, and it doesn't look nice at all. All right? If you're going to do a background. Now, look, this lighting is good. This picture and this lighting, the light you have here on the outfit is good. If you had this flat lay with a background that was not distracting, wrinkled, bubbly, let's go to Ink and Elm real quick and let me see. Again, it would depend on your branding too. Like you could have just a soft white. You could have this soft blue color. You could have, I'll show you my favorite. My very fave. This one's my favorite because the lines aren't real visible. So it's more of this cottage, shabby chic kind of look. And I could absolutely see baby clothes on that. Super cute. This too. It's more of a grunge look. Find something that's soft, that's light and bright. It doesn't mean it has to be white. It could be blue. It could be pink. It just needs to be soft and very light. Okay, so that when you have a picture like this with great lighting, it doesn't get ruined by the background that you have it on. Okay? And then look at your pictures. These are gray and dark and shadowy. This is blue. These are beautiful, natural, soft lights. Beautiful lighting here. This is gray. These are blue. This is more of a yellowed tint. This is brownish yellow tint. I mean, it's awful. You got to get it together, sister. Okay? So when you're doing a flat lay, you have a nice background. What I recommend is you find a place that has nice natural light, which looks like this one did. I might be wrong, but that's what it looks like. Put your background down, set out your flat lay, get a ladder or a step stool, and put it to the side or in front, however you're laying it out, and to the bottom, and then climb up on the ladder and bend over and take the shot. You're far enough up, and you're able to capture it beautifully. Honestly, if I were you, if I had this shop, I would have a little teeny tiny mannequin, like dress form, little teeny tiny one, for my bigger size clothing. And for the baby stuff, I would probably flat lay it out, or I would have it modeled. So if you can make the same kind of things, and it looks like you're using just basic onesies and personalizing them. Sorry, hang on a minute. This is something you can duplicate over and over and over and over again. Send it to a photographer. I mean, you are making enough money, in making enough business to where you can afford to send maybe, and I shouldn't say that because, you know, I don't know what your situation is, but investing in good photography, it always, always, always pays you back 1,000%. It always is a good investment. You reach out to Brandy Inman, you reach out to Zuli McKim, you reach out to Amanda Radigan, or your own product photographer, and make sure it's product photographer, or although you could do totally newborn photographers might even be better for you. Send them this stuff. They don't charge much. I don't know what, I think Brandy charges like 200 and some for 10 items. And get this stuff professionally photographed. Okay, it makes all the difference in the world. Let me show you Monica's shop. What is her shop? Craft Girl Studios, I think. Oh no. Oh, I did girls. Let's try that. Yay. Okay. This is Monica's shop. She's been in Flourish also for a while. She's not the best at taking photos. She sent some of her stuff, particularly her unicorn headband, which is a big popular item in nowadays with the unicorns and everything. She had, you know, her picture originally looked something like this. Okay? This is what her picture is similar. She sent it out to Brandy, who's a Flourish expert. And Brandy set up this whole photo shoot with this adorable little girl. I mean, look at this. Look at this here. It's total set it up with a lifestyle, looking like it's at a party with macaroons and these candy and cupcakes. Look, this other little girl blowing confetti out of her hand. Do you know how many Monica has probably sold since she's gotten these photos? Probably an S-ton, right? I know that wasn't very professional to say, but you get what I'm saying. A lot. Compared to when it was like this. Now, Monica obviously can't afford to have all of her photographs professionally done, but the ones that she does is now what she's getting sales on. So I promise you, I mean, you're already getting the sales, but if you get it professionally photographed, you're gonna more than quadruple the sales of that particular item. So I definitely say your issue is your photography. That is your number one issue. Your branding and your photography is what you need to focus on. I'm not even going to look at your SEO. The reason why I don't want to look at your SEO is, one, SEO doesn't matter after a certain point. Once you start getting enough sales and Etsy starts ranking you no matter what, SEO doesn't really matter. And I don't want to be responsible for you having traffic dropping. So when I deal with big shops that have a lot of sales coming in, I don't usually like to mess with their SEO. Now, that being said, your SEO looks good to me. You're using a good combination of general keywords and long-tail keywords, like you have newborn girl coming home outfit, and then you also have newborn pictures. So I think you're okay there. But I don't think I would, even if it was terrible, I don't think I would recommend you changing it. Let's take a quick look at your copy, because that can also help bring you in more sales. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I don't like all these lines here. I think it looks busy and spammy. I would take those out. You want to try to minimize your copy as much as possible. Interlinking is good. I wouldn't do more than 2 links, and you don't have more than 2 links here, so I think that's great. Processing, you can keep that in the shipping section or the FAQ section. Absolutely. So yeah, I really think that you need to focus. What I would do first, I would rebrand. And I don't mean change your name, but because I can't imagine you doing that with as far along as you are. But I would definitely have it redesigned, and I would contact Jen Rogers or Bethany Cooler or Lena Wolf, and I would say, hey, I need to get branded here. I wouldn't even say rebranded, because you're not really branded. I need to get branded. Have them create an Etsy banner, a logo, a shop icon, a business card design, a social media design, the whole package. Most of their packages will include all those anyway. And I promise you're going to feel so good when that happens. It's going to just all start to fall into place. Once that's done, I really think you need to slowly chip away at your photography. If you're going to take photos yourself, you need to really work on your flat lays. There is plenty of presentations. I think you're a lifer, right? A Flourish lifer. So you should already be in our new Flourish and Artisan Indie membership platform. There is wonderful presentations in the product photography section of that you can watch. You can reach out, like I said, to Brandy or Zuli or Amanda, and even Shirley. I think Shirley Tittermary is doing it now as well. And either have them mentor you, like seriously Skype them and have them show you and tell you what to do step by step, or reach out to them and say, hey, I'm going to send you some clothes, please get these modeled for me, and send them back, and make it happen. I mean, you're a business owner, and this is what you got to do. I mean, you've gotten yourself to this point already with just it looks like just your designs. I mean, really, it seems like, people love what you make, and it doesn't really matter how you present it. But now with so much competition on Etsy and all over the world, I mean, when you started selling on Etsy, there was probably nobody doing what you're doing. I know that when I was selling in 2008, there was like maybe 3 people that did luminaries. There was nobody that did the rocks. There was nobody that did the lace rings that I did. So now it's a lot different. You have a lot more competition, and you need to be the best of the best. You're already ranking. Your ranking isn't an issue. Your SEO isn't an issue. So it's great that you could be on the front page of some of these searches, but if your pictures aren't as good as the person above you, next to you, and below you, you're going to start losing business. You have to perfect your presentation. It's just, you got to do it. So I hope this helped. I know this was kind of a long critique, and I'm sorry, but I'm kind of not sorry, because you had to wait so long for it. So hopefully you got some good information out of it. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm always here and happy to help. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what changes you make and how it helps you grow even further than you already are. So thanks so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.